It's Zion Prepper here. I just want to do another update on the H5N1 virus, and this is consistent with all the information I provided in previous videos, but it's a new twist, with today being December 21st, 2011. Now, if you recall, the U.S. government had paid scientists to figure out how to mutate the H5N1 virus, and they had two separate groups, and each group found out how to mutate the virus. In other words, they found out how to make it go airborne. And airborne H5N1 virus could cause a mass pandemic with over a 60% death rate. So anyway, they found that in fact they could mutate it and get it to go airborne, and they were going to publish those findings. And basically, they were going to publish the blueprints on how to do this. Well, the U.S. government has now asked those groups not to publicize all the details, and specifically, they're focusing on the blueprint. Even though the government realized it, I guess later than not, I guess, their concern is that it would become hijacked by would-be bioterrorists. In other words, groups, organizations from other countries or within the United States would use this blueprint to manufacture the H5N1 airborne virus. And it's interesting to note, as you dig into this and you find out more and more, the scientists found that it was actually easier than originally thought to mutate the H5N1 virus to allow it to become airborne. So in short, biosecurity advisors are recommending that the Journal of Science and Nature, that's where it would be published, in Science and Nature, only publish general discoveries, not the full blueprint of the man-made virus. So keep the article general, so that people can't have the details of the blueprint. But they would allow access to the blueprint items, and they would allow entities or countries such as China, Indonesia, they would allow drug companies and international researchers access to this blueprint. And the reason they would have access to the blueprints is because they are bird flu-prone countries. Now remember, H5N1, it's caused outbreaks in wild birds and poultry throughout the world, and I've got another article I'll talk to you about here in a quick second. Looking at the statistics, the best one I could find is that it has stricken approximately 600 people over the past decade with a 60% kill rate. Now, the biggest concern out of all this is that if man can mutate these viruses, Mother Nature most definitely will mutate these viruses. And as one scientist notes, and in quotes, he says, there is clearly a public health threat that has been lingering and smoldering with regard to H5N1 for several years. So really going forward, the question is, as this research continues on viruses in general, specifically H5N1 in this case, how can they do the research, get it published, but not provide the details that would allow a would-be bioterrorist to make or synthesize that H5N1 virus? And at the end of the day, my concern, being a chemist myself, is they've already highlighted the fact that they can, through all these articles you see online and through the government, that it is possible to mutate the H5N1 virus, and these would-be bioterrorists may not have the blueprint, but you know what? They can go to any lab they want and start mutating it themselves and figure it out. It's not that difficult of a process. Now, finally, what I'm going to today, an article come out at about 5:41 a.m. this morning by CNN wire staff, and I'm going to put the link below. You can take a look at it. And what it says is Hong Kong culls thousands of chickens after bird flu discovered. And basically what they're saying is they had to quarantine 17,000 chickens and test each one for the H5N1 virus, and in fact they're all going to be killed. What they're working on is trying to trace the origin of where the chickens contracted it, and basically they've stopped any from China. This is in Hong Kong. They've stopped any poultry coming in from China because of the H5N1 scare. So if we think this is not imminent, we're definitely wrong. I mean, somebody contracts H5N1 virus during the incubation period, jumps on an airplane, comes to the United States or goes to another country, it will spread, and it will spread fast. So Zion Prepper just giving you an update on what I'm learning about H5N1 virus, and hope you enjoy it. Thanks and have a great day.